Two more wins for the South Dakota women as they close an impressive homestand and move to 19-2 now on the season. They're 8-0 in the Summit League, and here to talk about what just happened is head coach Dawn Plitzuweit. And Dawn, the quick start has been a big part of this recent surge for you, and you had another one Friday, got off to a 27-4 lead after one quarter. What's been the secret in all that?
Well, we haven't always done that during the course of the season, but it's been something recently that we have really tuned into where we have to be defensively. And when we do that, it allows us, when we get stops, to get out and go in transition, and that really has helped us. At the same time, we've also just been very sharp offensively at the same time, taking care of the basketball, making good decisions, and hitting shots certainly helps with it as well.
Yeah, no doubt. You held Fort Wayne to 20% shooting. They were 0 of 16 from 3 in this ball game on Friday night. I mean, you can't draw it up a whole lot better than that anytime you hold anyone to those kinds of numbers.
Well, when we played Fort Wayne at their place on, I think it was New Year's Day, you know, we felt like we didn't do as good of a job as we needed to on either end of the floor. And so we looked at different things we needed to do to make some of those adjustments. And I thought our young ladies were absolutely incredible on the defensive end, and not just at the beginning of the game, not just in the first quarter, but all the way throughout, and finished the game in the fourth quarter by only giving up 3 points. And so that consistency across the board with our defensive intensity, effort, and resilience is something that we're really proud of as coaches.
Now, Fort Wayne ended up being the fourth consecutive opponent that you'd held under 50 points. The irony in that is you were on a similar run last year. You'd done it 5 straight games when you faced Oral Roberts, and they gave you a tough time in that game. Well, guess what? Sunday they came in, and they were a scrappy bunch in this game. And one of the big differences with them, I thought, compared to the previous 4 teams, is you tried to get off to that same kind of quick start. You open up an 11-4 lead, you hit your first 4 shots, but they took the punch and stayed in it. So what was the difference with the Golden Eagles and what they brought to you that they were able to fight through that early surge?
Well, Oral Roberts has been a team that we've really had to do a great job, as good of a job as we could defensively, to slow them down. They've been a team that's been in the top in the nation statistically in threes made and 3-point field goal percentage. They really space the floor and shoot the ball well from the perimeter, and they attack and they get to the rim. And I think they were averaging 20 free throws a game, and Keni Lippe is someone who gets to the free throw line 9 to 10 times per game. I thought for it being our 3rd game in 8 days, I thought we were really solid in terms of our effort was good. I thought we physically had enough legs and juice to play really well, and it was evidenced because Gentry Holt, their transfer 6'4" kid from Oklahoma State, wins the tip. They come down and we hold them without a shot in the very first possession of the game, which is I thought defensively showed our kids were really locked in. We got off to a quick start, so our physically, we were ready. Mentally, I think we were ready, and we wanted to do really well. I thought what Oral Roberts did a really good job of was continuing to attack and do what they do, and they got to the rim against us in a couple of possessions because we missed a couple of assignments, and they made us pay for those, and they continue to do that throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, they stayed in it. It was a 7-point game at the half and in it through much of that third quarter, but you got to another surge, 19-2 run between the end of the third quarter, first part of the fourth, that allowed you to open it up to a 24-point game, and that's when you finally, I think, felt comfortable for the first time of the day. So what was the key in all of that?
Well, I think that the important thing for us is that we've got to continue, when we know how teams want to attack, we need to continue to make adjustments through the course of the game, and that's what we talked about going into this game. Oral Roberts has the ability to play a couple of different styles, and they've shown that in multiple games this year, whether it's they're attacking with 2 post kids, a 3-out, 2-in, whether it's a 4-out, 1-in, and they're setting more ball screens, whether it's their chin offense. They find a matchup that they like or a situation style that they like, and they play in the game. So we went into the game with only 1 day to prep, but at the same time knowing even if we had multiple days to prep, you're not really sure what look you're going to see from them. And then as the game goes on, we told our players they're going to stay in this look, and we've got to figure out how to make adjustments during the course of it. And I thought that our young ladies did a really good job of that, because we knew with the way that they play, with the talent that they have, it's tough to just find a way right away. It's going to take some time, and I thought we really handled ourselves with very good composure to continue to weather the storm until we figured out how to defend them better.
Well, one of the most obvious adjustments was clearly whatever you did on Keni Lippe, because one of the top scorers in the Summit League coming in, she goes for 16 in the first half, nothing after the break.
Well, she's a great player, and she has played well against us since her first game of her freshman year, and just we have a lot of respect for her, and someone who has the ability to get to the rim, get to the free throw line, somebody who really stretches it well. Last year at our place, I think she shot from where you sit during games at that basket. Yeah. It felt like it from long range and made one. So she's someone who, really attacked us. I think it's hard sometimes to simulate that until you see it in a game. And so even though we try to simulate it in practice, it's different when you play against that type of a player.
That's 22 straight home wins against Summit League opponents now, a run of 5 of 6 here in your building, and you've been very impressive throughout that stretch. But, of course, a change of scenery coming your way this week with a couple of road games at Omaha on Wednesday and then at Denver on Sunday. So how do you continue this momentum? It's always a little bit more challenging when you got to do it someone else's gym.
Well, it is, and I think what's good for us is that we're a better defensive team than we've been in the past, and we continue to kind of hang our hat on that. And at the same time, we've been scoring it very efficiently. But you don't know that that's always going to be the case for you offensively. You still want to take care of the basketball, do good things with it, but your defense has to be very, very solid. We go on the road and we play against Omaha. Omaha is one of the better teams in our conference defensively. They've been very sound this year, very, very good. Then we go to Denver, and Denver is an explosive offensive team and a team that really gets to the free throw line while they're the top in the nation and doing that. At the same time, they're also one of the best rebounding teams in the country, and they're the best rebounding team in our conference. So the last time we played them, we were able to rebound well against both of those teams, but that's going to have to travel, and that intensity is going to have to be something that we take with us on the road.
All right, Dawn, well, good luck to you this week. Safe travels, first and foremost, and look forward to sitting down again next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jay.